Okay. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 265. I apologize for not being able to do this yesterday. Due to the fact stuff got in the way, and I just did not have time. And plus, also, I didn't get a chance to do it because I was playing some Batman Arkham Asylum last night. Yep. If you're really curious. Over the course of a few hours, I basically played through about 24% of the game. Yeah, I beat 20% of the game. I basically collected 78 out of 240 trophies, regular trophies. I can brag about that, and I unlocked about half the bios. I'd say close to half the character bios so far. But I'm actually at the point where in the game, if you're curious, how far did I get to last night? I got to as far as basically the whole thing with the character Dr. Penelope Young, where what happened over the course of the game. I got to her portion of the game, and now I'm going after, and basically in the game, I'm looking for the warder who's been still held captive by the Joker and Harley Quinn. Do I think I might get back to it? Who knows? But here we're discussing some Super Sentai stuff. We're here discussing episodes 35 to 38. Now, in the course of these episodes, here's the thing. 37, I'm going to start with 37 because this is quite interesting because this is the only Rapeful episode of these four. Yeah, the Creator King. Yeah, he's back. First episode 34. Yeah, he's here. He's basically not that big of a threat in this episode per se. Though this episode does feature what say second to last of his dragons she has in the series. It is his let's see if I can find it here. It's second to last of his Wicked Dragons. Dame B, which is basically a play on a children's character. Yeah. And it's all obtained the Ring of Prosperity. And this episode features two Super Sentai alumni. Well, in the episode, we see the actor who actually has this Ring of Precious, who, get this, he's played by Dr. Heller from Mega Ranger. Yep, this was his return. If you're really curious, this is Toshio Morishita. Yeah, he sadly since passed away. He passed away just a few years ago, 73. His previous appearance was in Mega Ranger for Sentai. He will return in Boukenger as a character appear for a couple episodes in Boukenger. Yeah, so technically in a way, I've pretty much the way finished up his time on Sentai. Yep, I have. I love his character. He's a Mega Ranger. I think Dr. Heller is by far, and this is my honest opinion anyways, probably one of the greatest villains in the history of Super Sentai. Why? He's very tragic, and of course he has a really cool looking costume. And plus also his monster suit popped up on Lost Galaxy as Furio. Yeah, the Sentai equivalent of that only appeared for 5 minutes in the final episode. And we also see the final appearance of Tsuyoshi Nomi. He sadly put his all since passed away. This also was his last Sentai appearance, though he also appeared on Boukenger. Yes. Now, I haven't watched Boukenger. I haven't fully watched Boukenger yet, but I will be watching in the future. Don't worry about that. If you're curious, he played Senpai Hamada, who appeared in 2 episodes. I'll be getting to Boukenger in the future. Don't worry about that. This was his final appearance in Sentai 2, mainly because he passed away in 2017. Toshido passed away in 2019 at 73. And they say the cause of it was unknown. Tsuya passed away. He committed suicide. He wasn't even 50 yet. He was 48. As for the reason for it, I don't know. It's sad to see that 2 really good actors just passed away. One unknown causes, and the alien commits suicide. I'm not gonna make any jokes about it per se about suicide. Um, in my opinion, making jokes about suicide is an absolute stupid idea. So moving on from that, um, the the one who played, by the way, he was the green Die Ranger, Shoshi Ranger. He basically appears here as the manager of the actor. The whole story of this one is that Boca Pink goes undercover to retrieve this ring of this ring known as the Stone of Prosperity, which it's through the act of retrieving this in India, just not long before this, about for 50 million yen. That's how much he purchased. So he basically made that much money for one ring. Okay, yeah, and during the course of the story, you find out about the fact the guy loves certain jokes. So it shows they have Pink dressed up as a cute, as an idol reporter to give him the laugh, sing him the ring, and they trap the ring. And it turns out it's a fake. Yeah, it turns out he had the real ring hidden in this big box. It's like, I am the only one who can touch you. Yeah. Yep, and well, then we have is where he kind of in the course that we have the dragon horde shows up, and of course they try to get the ring, and of course Nasumi, the Book of Yellow, she apparently is a fan of this kid's children's show. Probably because she's a kid at heart. That's presumably, anyways. Probably because she had much of a childhood. Because she basically, they reveal this in the two-parter 33 and 34 that she is roughly over 100,000 years old, and she apparently aged 1 year every 5,000 years. I'm like, wow. Excuse me. Yeah, they revealed that in the previous one. So, young at heart, I have nothing against it. Even though the character herself, and I pointed out before, she is this show's version of Miku from Mega Ranger. And of course, we have Mega Ranger actor pop up in the show. The episode was kind of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But in the case of the other episodes, well, for episodes 35, 36, and 38, 35 is a Quasar episode. Actually, no, 36 is. 35 is a Dark Shadow episode featuring their final monster on the show. Yeah, and apparently this was an object they apparently found prior to the series that somehow Dark Shadow got their hands on it and trying to sell it for about 30 million yen. Okay. And this was something that apparently Bokeh Blue and Pink failed to retrieve. But they say it was before Yellow and Black came on board. Which, given the first time they showed up, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Because if you watch the debut episode, Blue basically didn't even know who Second of the Wind even was prior to that. Maybe it was Yaba Darkness basically he lost to, because they seem very familiar with him, but now with Suck of the Wind, she's even more of a rookie compared to him. Maybe they counted him, but losing to Suck of the Wind, that didn't make any sense to me. So my guess is it wasn't her. It was probably Yaba Darkness. It was probably him, and of course there was a joke about going to darkness in episode 35. Yep. And it's like going like to the locations and pull everybody, even having their weapons designer pose as the chief. And I thought that was really cool. And they retrieved the Godhead, this device, no problem, and stored away. I thought it was a really fun episode. Really good. 30, get this, 38 is also one of their episodes. Yes, 38. Where Sakura was already retrieved the object what they're looking for. Apparently it's the Rainbow Silk, where you wrap around yourself, you transform into a warrior. I'm like, this is interesting. We don't have to go giant size in the episode, but that's the A plot. The B plot is, get this. There is this schoolgirl who apparently knows Blue. And he's like, I've never met you before. Yeah, it turns out that she's actually a cat. Yep, a cat. A calico cat. Which, these type of cats I have seen in person. Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, my brother used to have one of these cats at his house in Virginia, though they decided to let the cat go because the cat liked being outside. They call the cat Nibs. And it did have a sister, which of course was something that my sister and her husband kept at their house. Yeah. Yeah, and this calico cat was actually one of like 5 kittens overall from this one cat that we called Gray Cat. We did not want this cat around, and it just kept spitting out kittens like crazy. So we got her fixed, and then at some point we never saw her again. Presumably the cat has since passed away. That's what I've been told. I was kind of surprised to see that, but because we tried to chase the cat because we did not want that cat around at all. But the cat just stuck around. Despite the fact we tried to chase it, we just tried to get the cat to go away because we did not want that cat there. Like, we accepted 2 or 3 cats there. At my old house, we had these porch cats, so we call them. We had one called Watson. We also had this tuxedo cat we called Sylvester. Yes, Sylvester, because it looked like Sylvester the cat. It was my idea. We also had these triplet cats we called Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. 2 of them ran away, and Simon, well, at one point, he got away, but somehow he got back to the house we don't really know how, because the thing is, we were taking it fixed, and I had no idea how to put them in a frickin' these old kennels. I had no idea what to do. So I had to hold the cat in my hand while scratching at me, scratching my chest, my arms. It took about 2 or 3 days to heal. And of course, we had to chase the cat all over the place. We couldn't find it. And eventually, somehow I got back to my house somehow. And eventually, my mom took it fixed anyways. It was weird that somehow a cat remembered exactly where we lived originally. Yeah, it was kind of weird. But calico cats are real. I've seen them. I've held them in my arms. So, by the way, I think called the other one. The other one, my niece decided to call her Lollipop. Yes, call her Lollipop. So these cats are indeed real. So, yeah, apparently this cat was able to turn to a human form thanks to having a piece of this rainbow silk on it, and it's a good character piece between the 2 of them. And this was a really fun episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But 36, I got to talk about this one because it's a Quasar episode, because next time they appear is episode 39, which is beginning the end of their run on the series. It does feature their final Robo. Yes, their last one. Randall. Now, I should talk about basically who these are based upon design-wise. Their first one is Giant God Golden, which they stole from the Golden Civilization. This is design-wise based upon the live robot from Live Man. Turbo, you're thinking Turbo Ranger, right? Not really. They basically took from 2 different Sentai for this one. This one they based it on Dynaman's Die Robo and Deca Ranger's Deca Wing Robo. Deca Wing Robo was one of their primary Megazords. It was one of the Megazords, anyways, they had the show. Because, the show was celebrating 30 years of Sentai. That was Turbo. Elite. Elite is based upon both 5 Robos. The main one and the Super 5 Robo with the armor. Yep. And there's the canon one from the movie. It's based upon Flash King from Flashman. Blaze, which is the previous one for this one. That one is based upon Sun Vulcan Sun Robo. And the one that featured this episode randomly. This one is based upon Didanzen, their main Megazord, which is a one-piece Megazord, and Denzi Tiger, the Carrier Zord. Yep, and the story for that one is that, this involves Momo and the Ogres, Momotaro, when it comes to that peach raised by two old people, two senior citizens to fight ogres. They took this club. Of course, Quays took this club anyways, and it was an interesting episode. And of course, there's a funny thing of having Silver and Red raise it as their own, and him calling Silver Grandpa and calling Red Grandma. I thought that was kind of funny. It was kind of an awkward thing, the peach thing. I didn't know. I had no idea about this tale at all, because some of the Japanese folklore I'm not all that familiar with. Because of course, they explained it really well, so I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, but gotta love these episodes. None of them are bad per se. No, not necessarily. The Quasar Rebels, they're pretty much done when it comes to the Quasars themselves. They're done when it comes to having giant robot battles with basically 36 because, well, we're gonna be getting the end of the run. Next time they show up, Dark Shadow, they're officially on monsters. Yep, because we're getting close to wrapping the series up because after episode 39, the last 10 episodes is beginning the end of the series. Well, mainly because basically first we get rid of like some factions and eventually get into the final arc itself. But yeah, we're basically ending factions. These negative syndicates. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly a particular view. Next up is one comic corner, and then basically I'm gonna go out for a bit and come back and do the next 4 episodes, do another comic corner, and then I'll work on the anime, which I got 4 of them to work on. Jujutsu Kaisen, Goblin Slayer, Girlfriend, and Case Closed. What order I'll do? Probably gonna do Jujutsu Kaisen first. Which one afterwards? It'll depend. Okay? Next video. Bye.